Hello, everybody. Good evening. I hope you all are doing well. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Riley J. My pronouns are he or they, and I'm super excited that you have decided to join us. If you are new to the stream, hello. Hello, we're super happy to have you. This is Evening Vibes, and on this show, we like to just hang out, relax, just for a little bit, and just forget about what you're going through for the day. If you had a rough day, if you've been having a rough week, whatever the case may be, this is your chance for 1 hour this week to just kind of unwind and relax and just breathe and forget about what you're going through. I always like to start the show by asking people how they are, so feel free to comment in the chat. Tell me how you're doing, how you're feeling. If you feel like it, you can also share why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. We like to create a community here on Evening Vibes. And so we're very excited that you decided to join us and become part of the family, even if it's just for today. Today, I'm very excited because we have a very, very special guest. She is near and dear to all of our hearts in the Boylesque family, but especially here at the House of Black. We love her to death. And we just love spending time with her and hang out with her. And I'm just very glad that she gave us an hour for you all to get to know her a little better too. I'm very excited. If you don't know, this week is all about the incredible April Austin. We are helping her raise money for her upcoming surgery, which we'll have her tell you about in a little bit. But it's to help her multiple sclerosis. You'll see scrolling across my screen today that instead of tipping information, what I have is directing you right back to the chat to donate to her cause. We have the links provided to her cause. Her GoFundMe is in that link that's provided, as well as the link to the fundraiser that we are doing for her this Friday, if you would like to buy a ticket and support her cause that way. Anything that you can offer is always super appreciated. But with that being said, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys a little video that we worked on, myself, Jaden, and April. We all put together, as well as some of her very close supporters and friends. And just to give you a little bit of a background about who April is and her diagnosis. So I hope you enjoy.
I'm April Austin, and I am suffering from an aggressive form of multiple sclerosis. And I was diagnosed in 2012, right after graduating from Washtenaw County Community College. Right now, life is pretty difficult because it mainly is affecting my vision and my ability to walk and stuff like that. When I first was diagnosed, I found out that I was going blind. And then I started getting really sick after that. And now it's affecting my mobility, my cognitive functioning, and just affecting my life, period. I raised an autistic nonverbal child, which is really difficult. And MS makes that really even more difficult. Being that I am a Black woman, people feel that what I'm saying need to be questioned. You know, because I've seen people raise more money in 3 days for pets and things that are not considered as life-threatening important as my situation is. So I think that by me being a Black woman asking for help, that people really don't feel comfortable or don't want to donate to me.
I really feel if she gets this, it will help her, and you know, she'll be able to get out there and advocate for those that don't have a voice.
I'm in pain 80% of the time. I miss being able to have better vision. I miss driving. I miss being a better mother to both of my kids, you know, because I could take them out and do more. I had more energy to do that. And I just miss life, period.
There has been more than one time I have messaged April, let's watch the Strike Show online. There's been more than once where she has told me she's just so sick and such in pain that she can't go to it. It hurts to see someone in that condition.
So I would appreciate it if you can find it in your heart to donate. I am getting closer to my goal, but I still have a long ways to go. I am promising to pay it forward once I get better, because I too myself want to help others. But if you really can donate anything, I would greatly appreciate it.
April is just a positive force, and despite her obstacles that she's going through, she remains positive and she's happy and she cares about those people around her. If anyone is deserving of help, it's April. So please consider making a donation and sharing her story to help her get her life back. Thanks.
So that is a video that we created. I absolutely love that video. And I see April's family is representing over in the chat. We're so happy that you joined us today. And I think that is a great time to bring, oh no, she looked at me like she was scared. Are you good? Thumbs up if you're good. Okay, cool. Please welcome our special guest for the evening, April Austin, everyone. Hey, April.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing okay for the most part. I'm doing okay.
Well, you look fabulous as always. So
Why, thank you.
I love the lights in the background. They make me happy.
Okay, that's pretty cool. They usually make Jacob happy too.
Good. So I want to start with just going straight off of that video. For maybe anyone who's watching that may not know, can you give us just a really quick rundown of, I guess, your surgery and your multiple sclerosis?
Yeah, I was diagnosed in 2015, and before that, I kept getting sick, and I started losing my vision. So when I graduated from college, they finally diagnosed me. And it's just been downhill ever since. So I've been on several different medications, and I'm still sick, because medication is supposed to stop the progression and help you with symptoms and stuff. So now it's just like I made the decision to get this treatment, and I tried to get it in the US, but it's been really difficult. So, but it will stop my illness from progression and hopefully restore some functions like my vision and stuff like that.
And where are we in your goal?
I'm right at 40,000. It's really hard because usually when, during the pandemic, we are all on unemployment and stuff like that, I'll just say, I'm putting this towards that. And I find myself over saving, which is why one time DTE cut me off and I didn't realize it. I woke up and I was like, okay, it's a power outage. And then I went outside and looked in the hallway and they cut my power off. So I had to go back in and take what I saved and put it towards DTE.
Oh no, you were like, yeah, look at me, I'm saving all this money. Like,
yeah,
oh, maybe not.
I was in the dark.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
It was horrible.
What did Jacob think was going on, or didn't he know?
Jacob was at school, but normally we have power outages because we're in Belleville, and he usually say the darkness, and I'm like, glad he's not here. So
we have someone asked in the chat, what is the name of the surgery?
Hematopoietic stem cell transplant, which is 4 aggressive rounds of chemotherapy, extraction of my own stem cells, and reintroducing of my own stem cells. And that will help my body forget the MS stem cells and rebuild a whole new immune system, a whole new central nervous system, and make me all healthy and strong and stuff. So
am I understanding that way it will be almost like you never had MS, or will you still have some of that to deal with?
It'll be like I've never had MS, but however, when dealing with an illness that attacks the central nervous system, sometimes damage is done. So in those cases, it'll stop the progression. And that's what my goal is, to stop the progression, because I've definitely progressed since 2015.
For sure. Will you get any of like your eyesight back or anything?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so, because I want to get in a car and drive to the ocean.
Yes, totally. I mean, especially in a pandemic, like who wants to be sharing rides with other people all the time for like the rest of your life if you don't have to?
It's horrible, but if it doesn't, that's fine. I just want to stop it at what it is, because it's pretty bad now.
Yeah, for
And I've
sure.
had worse days. I've had days when it's pretty bad. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I bet. So, another thing that I want to talk about, because I want to get all of the stuff that we already kind of know about you out of the way, just to introduce it to other people. And then I want to get to know you beyond your diagnosis, beyond your MS, because there's so much more to you and you're so amazing. But one other thing I wanted to cover, just in case, because we talked about earlier that he may make an accidental appearance, who do you live with?
Oh gosh, everyone knows Jacob, my best friend, my son and best friend.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit what it's like living with Jacob, just so we have some kind of idea what else you deal with on top of everything?
Jacob keeps me going, being autistic and nonverbal. He's very busy, very eccentric, very difficult. Because a lot of times when you hear people talk about autism, they say, "Oh my goodness, he's beautiful and it's so beautiful." No, it's not beautiful. It's hard. It's hard. It's difficult. He tries to burn us down with the microwave and steals all the food and all kind of stuff. But for the most part, he does keep me going. So
Yeah.
Me and him both, because I don't cook too well and he don't either. So we just be burning up food together.
So what do you eat that's not burnt?
Because he's allergic to half of the food pyramid, and I'm always on a diet. If I can put it in the oven, it's good. But I watched the cooking shows with Ani, and Ani taught me how to cook kale properly. And guess what? I still messed that up.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. What seems to be your biggest struggle in cooking? Like, is it remembering that it's there? Is it like not knowing how long to keep it there?
I'm gonna tell you something. I was in a 10-year relationship and I cooked every day. And it was something that I did pretty well. My oldest son was with us, Lavelle Austin, such an amazing person. He would say, "This is what I want to eat." Now that it's just me and Jacob, he's allergic to everything. And you'd be like, I'll just eat whatever. So I'm not really focused on cooking like that,
Yeah.
I'll boil some eggs for me and put some chicken in the oven for him. And so for the most part, I'm just not passionate about cooking.
That's my biggest struggle with cooking as well. Like that's my biggest thing is just I don't enjoy it. I'm very impatient with it. And so like I want to like turn the stove like to its highest setting so it just cooks
Okay.
faster, but that's not how things work because then it just immediately burns it.
That's how Jacob cooks. He's like nine level.
Oh my goodness. You've been in that apartment with him for a good portion of his life, correct?
Yeah, because when years ago, I moved to Portland, came back, moved again and came back. And when I decided to leave a toxic relationship, I moved here and I've been here for a long time. So people know us pretty well.
Has that worked in your favor now, like having to care for him?
It does, because Jacob used to, escape, go outside on the balcony nude, escape and all kind of stuff. And people would be like, "April, we got Jacob." It's hard now because those people that's been here so long have moved on and I'm still here.
Yeah.
So it's pretty difficult.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get, now that we have all your basics that most people know about you out of the way, I wanted to get to know you as just like the amazing person that you are, because I feel like myself, I feel horrible, but I will admit it. I feel like I don't know much else about you, in the sense that we've been so focused on raising you money since I've been in the Boylesque family that is like all I've had time to really get to know you, if that makes sense. So I would like to know kind of, what you originally went to school for, what you hope to like continue to do with your schooling and stuff like that.
Okay, well, I've been in school a lot because before I went to college, I was a patient care technician, a CNA, EMG technician, and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, this is not that fulfilling for me. So I started at Washtenaw Community College for Human Services Behavioral Sciences. I got into that because of Jacob. Within that, I'm a singer and a songwriter, guitar player, grew up playing flute, write music and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
You know that.
I didn't know you played the flute.
Yes, I do.
I didn't know that. Do you still have a flute?
I had one years ago when I came on Hard Times. I had to sell it, but it was full of spit anyway from Jacob constantly blowing in it. So I was like, ew.
We'll have to get you another one, and then you can play it along with our new piano in the house.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that. But, so when I got into that, I went more into social worker, being social work, which is cool. I love social work, but social work doesn't connect me with people the way I like to be. Social work is mainly paperwork. That's it. You see a person 5 times, in a year, and then you just write notes on them. So now that I'm at Eastern, which I'm still a social work major, I'm going more into counseling because I like to help people. I want to see what's going on with people. This paperwork is fine, but my goal is I like people, so that's what I do.
That's awesome. What kind of counseling are you leaning towards? Like age group and like area, I guess, of specializing?
I originally wanted to go, I went through a lot of changes, because, you want to go into disadvantaged youth and stuff like that. But now I'm broad. I'm going to work with everybody. No race, no gender, no income class. I want to work with people because we're all the same. We're all the same when it comes down to it. That's just that,
Absolutely. Do you plan, is like your dream to have your own practice, or would you join in on another practice, do you think?
I think initially I would have to join another practice because that's what I did when I was with community mental health. But the end goal is my own practice, a bunch of autism residential facilities, maybe 2 or 3, because when Jacob is 18, I want him to be able to live in a decent facility, so that's my goal in life.
Very cool. That's awesome. Now pre-pandemic, your day job was teaching, correct? How did you get involved with teaching? Because since that, I mean, it can fall in line with like social work and counseling and stuff, but it kind of doesn't at the same time. How did that come about?
It does because, Jacob had a therapist that came over to my house every day. And she was like, you would be a great teacher. Take the test and do this. And I did it. I was like, okay, I need a job. Social work is not really paying anything. So I applied and passed the test and I started teaching. So initially it was like, I need a job. Sorry, I love the kids.
No, that's so valid. I think that's what starts a lot of people, especially with substitute teaching. I think that's a lot of reason people start. Yes.
And I ended up becoming a long-term substitute teacher, which is how I met Paul/Jaden. And Paul would always come down and help me because those kids was horrible. And when Paul would come down, the kids would be like, okay, yes, we obey.
Oh my goodness.
They put me through it. And I was really, really sick when I was working because I was trying to save money for my treatment. And Paul was like, I'm going to come down and help you. And then it was like, come to a show. I'm going to help you figure this out. And when I came to the show, I saw Paul as Beyonce. I was like, I am living.
Oh my god. Did you when you first met him, did you expect that out of him? Did you expect that he was like a drag queen and could do like a kick and a split and cartwheel?
No, because he was very professional and but the kids obeyed. They already knew. It was like, we is not going to play with that person right there. And but then I told him, he was like, what's your deal? And I was like, okay, this is what I got going on. I'm sick, I'm working. And he was like, come to, I believe it was Pride in Ipsy. And I came, and when I tell you I had the best time of my life, I was like, this is everything. This is my life. This is where I need to be,
That's awesome. Have you connected with just on like the theme of fundraising? Have you done any other like fundraisers outside of Boylesque?
I have. My family and I did a like a barbecue / like paint and sip fundraiser. We raised a lot of money. For the most part, I basically wrote my own story in the Belleville Independent, and then I wrote it again in the Eastern Echo, and then Ann Arbor News came in and picked it up. But for the most part, I've been saving all of my little dimes.
Yeah.
And you all have really, really helped me, because it's like, when I would go to some shows, Jaden would be like, I'm donating half of my tips to April Austin. And I would pull Jaden to the side, like, what are you doing? Stop. But she always does that. And I love her for that,
Especially with like her pink number and stuff. I mean, that number in a bar setting, the number itself is like, I think like between like 7 and 8 minutes long. In a bar setting, I mean, people are just like living. So like half of the tips from that one song to you, like that was some good bank.
And then she would pick me up and be like, yeah, spin around. And I'll be feeling special.
Yes, that's one of my favorites. That video of you at Out Bar in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to come to that because when I didn't have the money, and then she was like, I'll pay your way here. And I was like, no, you already paid everything. Why do you keep, I'll figure out how to get there. And I got there, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So
that's awesome.
And I still got every single dime people donated to me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what is one thing about you that's like a hidden talent or a hidden hobby about you?
Well, let's see. It sure as hell ain't cooking.
And you shared that you play the guitar and the flute and you write songs, which is pretty neat.
Most people know that about me. They know that I love whales, but they don't understand that I'm a person that living with a person that's nonverbal. I learn how to communicate with people on different levels. So if a person is in my presence or my friends, whatever, you don't have to tell me you're feeling down, because guess what? I already picked up on it. I can pick up on when people are not feeling well. I can pick up on when somebody is happy. And that helps me a lot in my community, because I'm there for a lot of people, and I like that about me. I'm very empathetic and sympathetic, because as a person's friend, you'll tell me, I got this going on. I'm already looking as a social worker. What do you got going on? And how can we figure this out? That's just me,
Yeah.
Yeah. And guess what? And I'm scared of spiders too. I'll jump off the roof over a spider. Trust me.
Is it just spiders, or is it any kind of like bug?
Sometimes it's pretty much any kind of bug, but it's really spiders and centipedes. Yeah, they really scare me, and I'm immobile.
It's all those extra legs.
I don't know. It's just a lot. I don't know. It's just something about them that puts fear in my heart. But I'm not scared of whales in the middle of the ocean. That's 5 times my size. But
oh my goodness. There's a couple comments I want to read to you over here. I'm gonna go back up a little bit. So going back up just a little bit, earlier in the show, Julie said that you looked stunning, which you do. What is your I want to talk we're gonna pause on that comment. I'm gonna put it on screen. April looks stunning. I want to know, what is your care treatment? How do you look so fabulous all the time?
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, okay? Fashion Nova and Quad Pay. Quad Pay allows you to pay like 4 payments over time. So all of my outfits are not more than $15. So I usually wait to the beginning of the year and I'll get a couple of dresses. And Fashion Nova is everything.
And are these are online stores?
Yeah, Fashion Nova, they have everything from, they starting to carry like men, the title men's clothes, plus size clothes, everything. And for me, I always find a coupon code and nothing is over $13. And that's where I got this fabulous dress.
I love it.
Thank you.
Are you able to do like a little spin for us in it so we can see like the full effect?
This one is kind of short, but I'll do it. But it's really not. That's why I was like, I'm glad I'm sitting.
Yes. Come on, body. I live. That is cute as heck.
Thank you. Now, if I were to sit in public with the offspring, I'll have on some leggings. But right now I got on some pink fishnet stockings, probably for $1 or so. I don't know.
You're going to have to hook me up with those websites because those sound like I need to check them out. I
told Jaden.
Well, if you told her, it doesn't count.
I know. Okay, I got to tell you too. Sorry.
You got to tell me, and then it'll be remembered.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Otherwise, what else is in the comments? We have Portia. She said up top over here, my sister supports me because she's a lesbian and she loves you. And
my sister is a lesbian. She lives with a beautiful person, Toya, and she's the one that helped me put on a fundraising event, but they always help me with Jacob. Very supportive of me, even helped me in my Fashion Nova dresses. I just love them.
That's amazing. It seems like your family, the ones that are watching tonight anyway, your family overall is really supportive.
Yeah, they want me to get there, they definitely do, so.
Wendy says that she can't wait to meet you in person.
Wendy, I love you. It's like I already know you, sweetie. You're in here.
And then we have Nick, of course, saying April pulls me through the toughest times.
Oh, Nick, I love you. Nick is my gossip friend because Nick will send me something and we'll be like shade and stuff all day. I love my Nick.
Come on, little shade. I love that.
Nick actually, when we went before COVID, we went to the tap room. It was a family friendly show. Nick helped me babysit Jacob. It was so funny.
Julie says that you, Nick, and her are going to tear up the dance floor in the summer.
I've been practicing my robot moves.
Come on, robot moves. Let's see them. Come on.
Definitely, Julie.
I love it.
Oh goodness.
What are you most excited for post-pandemic?
Because I'm a people lover. I like helping people. I do a lot of stuff. I don't really tell people, but I have friends from all ranges of age, race, whatever you want to call it, and I want to see those people. Like I've mentioned on Facebook before, my friend Herb, who was amputated, even though I get cussed out by him a lot. Well, he cussed everybody out because he's old and he thinks everybody's dying from eating food in anything. I just want to get cussed out again because I miss that, And Jacob usually when we go over to visit and help him, Jacob would jump all on his bed and he cuss us out. But I was like, yeah, Herb, that's what we do. I miss people. I want to come to the drag show so I can see her shade do a flip and a split. And, I want to see everybody. I miss everybody.
For sure.
Because most people, prior to that, when I first met Jaden, I was secluded trying to save my money and raise my money and work, I didn't go out. So when Jaden was inviting me to the shows, I was like, oh my God, I got something to do. I got a reason to put on a dress. And everybody lives for a dress.
Yes. That's so true. And I love that because now that's all I know you as. It's like someone who's always looking fly in like a dress and some like sequins and your full makeup and everything. So that's funny to me that that was your reason to like get dialed up because to me you're just always dialed up. If I'm like thinking of you in a scenario, I'm like she's dialed up in that scenario. You went to your vaccine, pooched.
I know. But you know what? My sister's like, you overdid it. But then it's like, I get that when I go to Walmart because I don't get out much. I'm a full-time mother. I sleep 2 hours a night because Jacob gets up or Jacob is in the night. It's really horrible. But so they'll be like, where are you going? I'll be like, Walmart.
I feel that, especially, yeah, in this past year. I mean, we like Jaden and I both like we were like dressed up to like just go to the store or like if we're going out on a walk, even though it's like hot or cold, whatever the weather is doing that day, like we gotta make sure like that we look cute and that we like look good for the town.
But you always look good for the town. Come on now.
That's how I feel about you. See. Where are you for the people? Where are you on your vaccination journey?
Okay. I was really, really scared. Jaden took me to get my vaccine and brought me a nice smoothie and a tea. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm getting treated. But Jaden always treats me. But so I go get the second one in May. So I'll be fully vaccinated in May. So
hooray. I'm so excited for you. What do you have any plan? I mean, obviously the COVID is still real, the pandemic is still real, but a few restrictions in life get lifted. What do you plan to, is there anything you plan to do once your 2 weeks are up post your second dose?
I'm staying on top of my fitness. And it's mainly not for vain reasons because with MS, if you don't keep moving, you will lose it. Trust me. I've been sick to where I couldn't really do what I like to do. So I work out as much as I can and go to my fitness center. My trainer comes over and yells at me and makes me feel shitty. And I do that to keep moving so I can be strong because I want to be here for Jacob. My oldest son, on the urge of becoming a famous bass guitar player. I got to send you a video of that. Very, very intelligent and good at what he does. But Jacob, I have to be here for him. I have to. And people like him, so I'm going to stay fit. Guess what?
What?
I went on a date.
What? You're telling me on air this information? Now I need details.
I'm not really into dating that. It's been years, okay? So guys is like, can I please take you out? And I was like, I got all this going on. I got this going on. He's like, okay, can I take you out? So Jacob was at school and I went to the restaurant and got some breakfast. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. He was nice. He was respectful. But I'm not into dating, but I just went and it was okay. Do I like the guy? I don't know. I'm just trying to get better.
What if he's watching right now? He was like, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, April's like, I gotta go. Take me off camera.
It was pretty decent. I explained everything that I had going on and stuff, but when you have a difficult life, you don't want to let people in that space, Yeah. But I kept explaining, my life is difficult. And he's just like, I just want to take you out. So I went, and it was okay. So I was like, take me home, ready to go.
I bet I still haven't been in a restaurant and I'm fully vaccinated. My dose isn't kicked, like it's fully kicked in, but I still haven't gone to like a restaurant or anything.
How do you feel?
Like from my dose or just in life?
How do you feel in general? You got your COVID vaccine in life. What are you confident going out and stuff like that?
I feel more comfortable like being out where there's people before than beforehand, for sure. Like on a walk, I used to wear a mask the full time I went on a walk, just because I was like, trust nobody. But now that I've had COVID and I've had the vaccine, I have like a mix of antibodies in me that I'm less fearful. I'm still cautious if I'm going to be within 6 feet of the person. I put my mask on, but now I don't feel like I have to wear it the full time. But in close spaces, I'm still double masked. I don't know. I have a sense of security, and also I still am very fearful.
I'm just glad. So you got, which one did you, because you got the Johnson and Johnson, right?
I got the one they took off the market. But I don't. It's crazy. I mean, you probably know this, but in case there's anyone that doesn't know this, the Johnson and Johnson was taken off the market because there was 6 people out of 7 million who reported having blood clots. Which there are so many medications in the world that I could list for you. I take 2 of them that also cause blood clots, and I haven't gotten any. But so it's very crazy to me that they took that off the market. And well, Nick just commented that they put it back on the market, I guess. But it's so crazy to me that that's the reason they took it off, when there's so many other things that cause even more regular blood clots and other side effects and stuff. But yes, I got the Johnson and Johnson.
I agree with you because people were, let me tell you something. I experienced extreme anxiety, right? But I take a treatment every 6 months that supposedly stop my MS from progressing. And when I tell you it's chemo based, I'm like, I don't know what this is. And it's not really helping me as far as what I can feel. So don't stress me out about a vaccine,
Yeah.
But I get it a lot, Riley, because my son Jacob is on medication. So people will tell me, change his diet, do this and do that, and go through all these extremes, which will never help him. He needs his medication,
Yeah. And Portia mentioned in the comments that it was specifically 6 women, which is also a really good point in the sense that I never know how to take that. I think that's just an interesting topic point. I never know how to take the fact that it's 6 women, because being trans is kind of like, well, where do I fit in that? Like, what about their womanhood made that like a factor? Because if it's like their anatomy or their hormones, like I still have, even though I take testosterone, I still have the same amount of estrogen kind of flowing through me. And I still have like the same body makeup as them. And my testosterone and then birth control also can cause blood clots if not taken. If for whatever reason, if you're just that in that unlucky percent that gets them. Right. But it's so much more common with those kind of things, and than it was the 6 out of 7 million with the vaccine.
But when you look at the numbers, that could just be coincidental. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it was 6 women in this incident out of the millions of people, but I don't think it's necessarily, for me, a woman thing. You know what I'm saying? It could be other health factors that play into play with that,
Yeah.
So
a lot of people in the comments are saying birth control has caused the risk, which, like I said, is something that I still occasionally take. So I mean, I don't know.
You don't know.
Just don't know.
Well, we're gonna just keep, doing our best and doing what we think is going to protect us, and we can't let people get into our psyche and make us afraid. Because the first night, Jaden was just like, "Are you okay?" I was freaking out. I was freaking out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got our fingers crossed.
And I think, I mean, beyond like the very worst case scenario of things, of anything that you do in life or that you take or whatever, I think the minor risks of getting the vaccine, the minor side effects of the vaccine are definitely worth just getting the vaccine.
I agree, because I live in a town where people don't believe in masks at all, and they be like, "I'm not getting a vaccine. I'm just going to ride it out." I'm like, good luck. You ain't, stay over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think, I mean, at some point, life just kind of takes its course, and whatever is meant to happen to your body happens to your body, and you can only do so much to protect it as well, especially in a crazy life that is a pandemic. So,
Yeah, I agree. All we can do is just do our best. And it was hard for me because when I had to send Jacob back to school, that was a fight, mentally and spiritually. It was just a really hard fight because Jacob was not happy here. He wasn't learning. He was horrible. He was escaping. It took 5 police officers to catch him. And when I sent him back to school, life got better for me and him. So now, do they have a child vaccine out yet? I don't know, but I'm hoping he wears his mask and stuff like that. I'm just hoping that things work out right because some children are not meant to be at home. They're not.
yeah.
So,
I can't imagine dealing with everything that Jacob deals with internally and then asking him to sit in front of a computer for a school day. That just seems unrealistic and unfair, regardless of what's happening in the world.
he understands it. It was hard. He was just like, he calls me Bobby, not mommy, Bobby. He's like, you're Bobby. I'm not supposed to be doing this with you. And so now he's doing great, even though he has some, Jacob is like 10 kids in one, but he's doing great. And I love him. He's my best friend, and he's pretty weird and just like his mom. So we figure it out,
They're saying in the comments that the vaccine for children is in the works. So
anything that's going to keep him progressing in life, I'm for it.
Yeah.
He has to progress. He has to go out into the world. A lot of people was against ABA therapy and stuff like that. I'm like, he has to learn how to live outside of me. I'm not the only person that exists,
Yep.
And that's why I do it. When I first got him on medication, I got a lot of flack from people. Oh, you're medicating him, just whoop him. And no, he needs to be able to live outside of me, so that's what I believe in.
Well, especially because, I mean, he's going to grow up to be an adult. So, like, do you want your child, regardless of what he goes through day to day, like, do you want your child to really have to rely on you, like, his entire existence and your entire existence at that point?
I don't. He deserves to have a life. I would like to one day to move closer to a residential facility. I found a nice one in Virginia. I found one in Upper Michigan where, he could live a semi-independent life. He deserves that. He's smart. He's kind. He's bad as hell for me, but that's outside of the question.
Well, you're also his mom, and at some point, he's still a teenager who sees you as a mom. So
he does. He's like, let me be bad to get under her skin, But
well, and I mean, with it only being the two of you, and then with a pandemic forcing him to stay so close to you all the time. I mean, I feel that Jaden and I feel that kind of pressure with each other. We love each other to death, but my gosh, like, there's only so much you can talk about when you're with your partner for 24/7 that you wish you could just like go talk about with someone else for like 5 minutes.
I get it.
So.
Get that, But I just love you too. You two keep me going, And I know that you secretly let me win when we played that game the other day.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No. Do you want to know what my secret was that day?
What?
I was just a little too stoned.
I'll take it. I'll take that.
I answered one of the final questions of that trivia round when I was like right behind you on the board, and I answered it, and I just looked at my phone. I was like, I knew the answer. Like, why did I say that?
See,
but it wasn't to let you win.
Anything trivia when Riley is playing, I'm out. when Riley is playing, I'm out of trivia. I'm trivia. I'm not playing. I'll just watch.
That's how I feel when I play trivia with Ani. Ani is like the smartest human in the world, I swear.
I
And so
know.
whenever I have to play something about like knowing something, I'm just like, she already won. Like,
Yes. Ani always win. Ani is just like really brilliantly intelligent.
yeah.
I'm like, gosh, Ani, you are an angel. Ani's like, no, I'm not. Butthole. Butthole.
Well, Ani is one of those people who loves to know things. And so she'll take something, and she's told me this a bunch of times. She'll take something that she's curious about, look it up, and then that'll kind of be her focus for like a week, is just learning about that topic. And it's so crazy to me that people like her get looked down on for not going to college. Like, she is so smart, and she could do so many things with her life, but because of the world that we live in, she doesn't have a degree, and they're like, oh, well, you don't qualify. I'm like, this woman is like, or man or whatever, this person is smarter than like half of the people you have working here, like who have degrees.
And another thing too, because of Ani's religious preferences, people will be like, oh, I'm staying away from that. Because I know I've been in that situation when I was taught, be a Christian, don't stay away from this and this. This person has something to bring, honey.
Yep.
You know, and I always appreciate Ani when I come over you all house to party and stuff. And I just be in the kitchen and Ani be cooking and telling me about stuff. And I'll be like, I'm not going to retain any of this, but I'm in awe. You know?
Her and I had a conversation early on in the pandemic. So for people like her, Shay, Maxie, people that are like at the house very regularly that we keep within like our bubble, our safety bubble. There was like conversations at the beginning of the pandemic, like, okay, we're spending a lot of time together and only with each other. So we will have moments of honesty with each other. Like, that's just not a thing we can hide from anymore. And her and I had a conversation at like early on in the pandemic where I was like, Ani, I love you, but sometimes when you tell me things, I just start to zone out. You're welcome to tell me, but please don't expect me to remember. And she goes, it's okay. The next day I don't remember talking to you about it. So
oh, Ani. I love Ani. I love everybody, you know. I love Hershey. I sent Hershey a message the other day, right?
mm-hmm.
So it was like some pink thigh-high boots. And I said, Hershey, do you think I should pretend to like a dude to get these boots? But before I could say LOL, I'm joking, she was like, yes, with the emotion, with the exclamation marks. And then I was like, I was just joking. And then she's like, oh, you was joking? I was like, yeah.
Hershey would never joke about that. That would be something she would be so into.
Yeah, she was like, go for it.
We, coincidentally, a few weeks ago, we watched a comedian, and one of her stories was about that. She actually dated a man just because he would buy her shoes.
Okay.
But then at the end of the relationship, he made him give her all the shoes back.
Oh, no, it's horrible.
I know, she was like, oh, I've been gooped. Like, I dated this man just for the shoes, and I didn't even get to keep them.
Oh gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Well, April, we're coming close in our time. Is there anything you would like to say before we end the show today?
I appreciate everyone who has supported me, thought of me as important, because a lot of people, I've been close to people and they're just like, oh, she'll figure it out, and it's like, this is important, I want to be here. So I appreciate everybody who has looked at my story and looked at my situation and said, let me donate, let me help, let me figure out ways that we can help her get her to her goal. And that could even be in the form of a share, a prayer, anything, So I appreciate that. And I love everybody, and get y'all some Fashion Nova dresses.
Yes. You're going to have to hook us up with some links.
I'm definitely am.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And it was really good to see you.
And guess what? Jacob was supposed to run across the screen underdressed, and you all had to donate $5, but he went to sleep.
Yes, we had an agreement. I said if Jacob at any point runs across your screen without a certain amount of clothing on, everyone in the chat was gonna have to donate $5 to the cause. But even though he didn't do it, if you still have $5 or more and you're able to donate to April's cause, it is always appreciated because that $5 will add itself up. Well, have a good rest of your night, April, and we will see you on Friday.
Thank you. Love you all. Have a good evening.
Bye, April. Yes, April Austin, everybody. We here at Boylesque love her to death, and we are so thankful to everyone who has donated tonight, who has shared. Please, 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 if you're not able to donate, or even if you are able to donate, please share the information to her her GoFundMe, as well as her upcoming fundraiser that we are hosting on Friday. Those details can be found in the pinned link in the chat, the Linktree/Jaden Black. Here, let me post it again, just in case it got buried on some of your screens. And boom. If you go to, there we go. If you go to that link that is in the comments, you will be able to see all the different things you can do to support April. There is a direct link to her GoFundMe. There's a direct link to the video that I played for you at the beginning of the episode. There's also a direct link to the fundraisers that we are holding this weekend, which is Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have virtual drag bingo. Very exciting. It's only $25 to play, and you get entertainment as well as bingo, and there's lots of fun prizes that we have. And then on Saturday morning, we have Learnings a Drag, which is our family-friendly drag show, and so half of the proceeds from that show as well go directly into April's fundraiser for her surgery. So please, please, please check out everything we have going on this weekend for April. Also, keep a lookout because on Sunday, Jaden will be doing a virtual cabaret that you can also find in the link tree there to RSVP to. In honor of those who may not have anyone to celebrate Mother's Day with on Sunday, or even if you do, you can also tune in. It is free on Facebook, on Jaden Black, and also on Boylesque, Michigan. And it's going to be a lot of fun. She's going to be taking requests. She's been playing from her baby grand, or we keep calling it a baby grand. It's her, the piano itself is her baby, but it's her grand piano. And she's very excited to live stream that for you on Sunday evening. We have finally posted the information for those that are interested in joining our virtual drag battle. It is called Drag for Your Life Virtual Drag Battle. You can find the group on Facebook. If you are looking to compete and get all the information for that competition, you can join the Facebook group. If you are just looking to watch, please do not add yourself to the Facebook group. It is just for the competitors. If you're looking to watch, just make sure you're following Boylesque, Michigan to see all the updates on when you can watch the contest. Other than that, I have my Drag King show coming up at the end of May that I'm very excited for. I have a lot of applicants that I have to go through and narrow it down to just 7. No pressure, but I'm very excited for that. And we're very excited. We have so many things going on in our house, and while it's very overwhelming, we're excited to keep building our brand as Boylesque and also be building Jaden Black's brand as well as mine and just everyone that we love. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Don't forget to share and donate to April's cause if you're able, and have a great rest of your evening and a great rest of your week. Take some time for you, do some self-care, show yourself some love. And remember that you are loved and you are worthy of love. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.